Hello everybody, Toreno here, and today we are taking a look at the main ground forces prize for the Majesty's Hussar Battle Pass. And I was half right, it is a British tank, but it's not a light tank, it's the Centurion MK2. And this is going to be a rank 4 tank, and like I say, is going to be the main prize for the ground forces part of the Battle Pass. Indeed, this is what gives the Battle Pass its name, because as you can see, it's got this camouflage on the tank, which specifically says Hussar, and this is from the 8th Royal Irish Hussars Regiment, and the camouflage is from the Korean War, where it's made up in this American style camouflage, so you've got the large white star on the side, and it was basically to prevent friendly fire incidents. Now the Mark II is a bit of a midpoint between the Mark I and the Mark III, so it's got the 17-pounder gun like on the Mark I, but it's got the cast turret, gun stabilizer, and improved gun mantlet of the Mark III. Now, of course, the 17-pounder gun, you're looking at about 172mm penetration at 500 meters with APC BT shells. If APDS is used, you will get about 246mm. So a pretty effective gun, all things considered. Now, the armour is a bit of a weird point, because some sources state that the armour was improved on the whole, saying about 110mm of armour, or 50mm applique additional armour. Now, weirdly enough, the Mark III doesn't have this, and many sources just don't mention extra armour. So I don't know if this was maybe an experimental sort of armour, like it was made to be fitted to the tank but generally wasn't, or something along those lines, because like I say, you don't actually see additional armour being added to the Centurion until the Mark V, which is about 10 years later, so I'm not entirely sure on the additional armour. It does specifically mention in the dev blog about having a strong hull front, so I don't know if that's saying that it does have improved armour or if it doesn't. And also it mentions that it has a gun stabilizer, which again is a bit weird because as far as I'm aware it didn't get a gun stabilizer until the Mark III. So it uses the same turret, perhaps some Mark IIs were tested with the gun stabilizer, something along those lines. So potentially this isn't a as-in-service Mark II, it's possibly a bit of a prototype Mark II, which has got some of the features that are featured on the Mark III. It also specifically mentioned the speed. It mentions it has a top speed of 37 kilometers an hour, or 23 miles per hour, which is 1 kilometer an hour slower than the Mark I, but about 3 kilometers an hour faster than the Mark III. And it does specifically say it has fast acceleration on flat terrain. So I think this is a good prize. This is definitely one of the better prizes, though I also have to wonder if this couldn't have gone in the British tech tree, because at the moment there is a gap between the Mark I and Mark III. The Mark I is at battle rating 6.0, the Mark III is at 7.3. Maybe this could have gone at battle rating 6.3 or something to try and fill that gap. But it's not a bad prize. I think it's an okay prize. So overall, I think this is a good vehicle. It's not exactly going to light the world on fire, and I was hoping for something a bit more unique. As I've said before, a Hungarian vehicle would have been nice. I think we'll probably get that in the summer event, which will be coming up in the next month or two. But yeah, this definitely seems like a good price for the ground forces. But anyway, just a quick video looking at the Centurion Mark II today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and will join me for future videos. I've been Toreno, and I'll see you next time.